There are several types of ports on a desktop computer and it can vary from device to device as well. The dual color 6-pin port is a PS2 dual port meant for keyboard and mouse. This port needs a special splitter cable to connect to keyboard and mouse from the same female socket. Keyboard and mouse can also be connected to the USB ports with compatible cables. These are 4 USB 2 sockets on the rear panel. White color inside the port indicates that it is a USB 2 port. There could be additional sockets on the front panel as well for ease of connecting devices like mobile phones for data transfer. Here we can see HDMI and the older type of display ports. As you may be aware, most of the monitors available nowadays are HDMI. HDMI stands for High Definition Multimedia Interface, which can carry both audio and video signals. DVI stands for Digital Visual Interface. Some also mention it as Digital Video Interface. Either way, DVI carries only video signals and you need another cable for audio. DVI itself could be of 3 types. The port in my radio is DVI-D, meaning it carries digital signals. DVI-A supports only analog signals. On the other hand, DVI-I can support both digital and analog signals. Most of the modern devices support only HDMI and availability of DVI monitors is coming down. Converters are there to convert DVI to HDMI with DVI socket on one end and HDMI pin on the other end. HDMI can support higher resolution and higher data rates compared to DVI. HDMI cables also support higher refresh rates like 120 Hz. Another feature is that it permits hot plugging. I just tested it out in my computer monitor on which I am typing this. Hot plugging means you can connect and disconnect while in use. This is not possible with DVI. The first version of DisplayPort was designed by the Video Electronics Standards Association in 2006 and is being produced from 2008 to present. It was meant to supersede the DVI port about which I had posted earlier. Like the HDMI port, it permits hot plugging, meaning that it can be plugged in while the system is on, while the DVI port cannot be. DisplayPort is a digital video interface used to connect to a display device like a computer monitor. Checking other systems at home, I found that a desktop computer had a DisplayPort and was being connected to an HDMI port of a monitor with a cable with HDMI pin on one end and DisplayPort pin at the other end. The picture shows 3 types of sockets on a monitor. DP in is DisplayPort in, HDMI in for an HDMI cable, and D sub in is a D sub miniature or D sub connector. D sub connector has a D-shaped metal shield and is used for video graphics array VGA, which is quite common on computers and projectors. VGA connector has 15 pins set in 3 rows. DisplayPort is able to transmit audio and video simultaneously, unlike DVI, which can transmit only video and needs another cable for audio. DisplayPort has gone through several versions of development from 1.0 in 2006 to 2.1a, which was announced on 8 January 2024. DisplayPort 2.0 can support 16K resolution at 60 Hz and 4K at 144 Hz refresh rate. More types of USB ports are shown here. Type-C socket is smaller than the rest. USB 3.1 socket has red color inside, while USB 3 sockets have a blue color code. This array is for audio ports. The top two are SPDIF output sockets, rear and C sub. In the lower row, the pink one is mic input, green is line out and blue is line in socket.